Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey everyone. I finally did get some sleep last night, at least 6 hours. But everything's good. Um, my husband, a little bit of update. My husband's doing okay today because I just got off the phone with his nurse before I came up. Um, I really ain't doing much right now. It's real awkward, awkward when me being in the house by myself rather than the pets. Because my son's at school and I'm used to him being home, so it's like it's not normal. I'm not used to being in the house without another human being. So I'm like sitting here. I just got done straightening out my room, which I gotta throw all the rest of these clothes downstairs because I'm not. I started washing the other day, but I only did 2 loads, enough to get my son school clothes. So I only did 2 loads of his. You having trouble spelling, Crystal? So, oh, sorry. Sure, don't feel bad. Sometimes I have trouble spelling too. Sometimes, especially if I'm using. So right now, I don't get my phone on vibrate because I'm waiting for the hospital to call me at any given time just in case. Good morning, butter roll. So, um, so if y'all hear music in the background, that's my phone. So I'm just waiting for the hospital to give me an update. I was going to go see him this morning, but for visiting hours, but I can't because they took him down for dialysis. So, and that takes up to like 4 hours, 4 to 5 hours. But I did talk to him this morning before he went. Yes. So, and I'm like, what the hell? But I did talk to his nurse where that they want to make a special exception for me later on this evening to go up there to see because my son has a basketball game, and if I don't go to the game, my son can't get home, and none and legally the school can't release him to another parent. So I'm like, because if they release him to another parent, that legally, and something happens to him legally, they responsible and the other parent's responsible. So I have to like go. So they said they can make a special accommodation for me later to see because of the visiting hours because it's supposed to be from now to 12, and right now he's at dialysis right now. Crap. I forgot to set I forgot to do something on my YouTube side. So I'm going to mute y'all for a second. Morning, Mater. And I know, right? Because they said because he is there during visiting hours, they said I can come up later. So I'm like, why not? Because like one, what me doing in the past two lives is helping me not be as stressed and sitting here being worried. So I'm like, why not? Dude, ain't nobody there. Talking to the puppy because he went to the door thinking that somebody was there. So I did work crochet a little bit last night. I'm going to probably do some today, but not much. Um, oh Lord, and I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do because I still have to finish the rest of my dishes. Hey, Samantha. Right? Mayor, I already had like 3 cups since I've been up since 6 o'clock. Hey, Asha. Okay, good, Samantha. Like, because right now I am drinking water right now. You getting ready for breakfast at 10 o'clock in the morning? And Crystal, like, I'm used to, it's like being at work, like, how can I put this? It's work, but being at home, I'm not used to him not being here at all. Like, being gone for a few hours is okay, but it's just like, I'm not used to him, like, not being home. You get what I'm saying? Even like when he was like, I'm gonna give you a prime example. Like when he was working, and I had a part time job at the time when, like, I was working at the time when he was working, and he would work like 12-hour shifts, and I was working part time. And even though I would get home before he would, it was still like a few hours in between him coming home. Good morning, sis Angela. And like now, because of his health, over a time frame that I want to say about 3, 4 years ago, that's when his doctor told him that he had to cut back his hours from working 12 hours a day to working a typical 8. I'm a little bit better today, Tank. And we was cool with that, but I was still working my typical 4 to 5 hours. But when he went into the hospital back in 2021, and he was in there for like 3 months, that's when doctors pretty much said like no working for you. And like right now, like everything is on me right now. I got a couple more hours of sleep last night. Instead of sleeping 2 3 hours, I actually slept for like 6 hours last night. Because I went to bed around midnight last night, and then I got up and got my son ready for school because he has to be on the bus by 7 o'clock. So I'd rather take 6 hours than no hours. And I'm like, er. And I'm like, just now, I'm sitting here. I was like watching TV or whatever, and I did finish straightening up my room because I started yesterday when I came home because I needed like something to do because there really wasn't nothing on TV. Right now, nothing. I'm going to pick up crocheting a little bit later. So I did crochet a little bit last night, but not much because I think I did about like 2 3 rows, and that's all I did last night after I came home. Because I did go up there to the hospital. No, I didn't go up there yesterday, but I did talk to him yesterday. That was Monday when I went up there because, like I said, the visiting hours was from 10 to 12, and I worked yesterday. But I did talk to him, and I did talk to the nurses that everything is going good, and they said, according to the doctors and nurses up there at the hospital, they said the minimum, if everything keeps going the way it's going and stuff like that, as far as like him getting better, he could come home within like 2 to 3 weeks, the minimum. But if they notice anything's getting worse, that or stays the same, that he can be up there for like 30 days to 60. So, and then like when he gets out of the hospital, if he comes home, that they did say like I'm already in cahoots with his doctor's office, his insurance company, and stuff like that. So the only thing with him, like because he was on a ventilator for so long, for like 3 days, no, 2 days, correction, 2 days, that his voice is still a little bit raspy, but he's good. And that it was just like with him, I'm like, Lord, I'm just like, Lord. And it's just like with me doing the lives of pet. I know I wasn't on long the other day, but it was just like I had to come up to help me like I'm still thinking about it in his health. but I'm trying not to like stress myself over it because it's like stress myself out because I'm like I'm over here worried, I'm scared, like because of stress, I'm losing my hair a little bit. And then on top of that, I also have my son, and I'm like I'm trying to keep it together for his sake. And I'm like trying not to mentally break down. Get what I'm saying? Because of what's going on with my husband. So I'm like over here trying to keep myself together for the sake of my son. So I'm like I'm trying. I'm honestly trying. Like I'm literally over here trying the sake of my son because like I'm not trying to show my son that I'm stressed. Because I'll like if anything happened to my son, I'll be feeling the same way too. Because those like outside of this household of my tackling my household, that my son and my husband, or like if anything happened to either one of them, like now, I'm like I don't know. You get what I'm saying? And it's just like I know for a fact that like outside my husband and my son, like I do know like other people and like my mom's side of the family, my dad's side of the family do care, but it's just like would they care if I make sense if that makes sense? And it's just like, and I know they would if anything happened to me, they'd be going through the same thing as me. So I'm sitting here trying my best to do what I have to do to make sure everything is okay. Thanks, Sasha. I'm trying to stay strong. I really am. I'm trying. And like between my son with his health issues and my husband and his health issues, and then remind you like I'm trying to work full time and trying to take care of them at the same time, and I'm like on an everyday basis that like normally like y'all see me happy go lucky. And I do put on a smile because I'm like I don't like people seeing me weak. And normally I am a happy go lucky person, but between them two, I'm just like yes. And I'm like I'm the only like and then like I'm I'm working full time, trying to take care of my husband plus my son because they both have health issues. And the last time I will say like the last time that my son was in the hospital, he caught a double ear infection, a fever of 104. Um, and they couldn't break the fever for about like 2 weeks. And me and my son was at Children's Hospital for about almost a month and a half. The last time he got sick, and it was just like, what the hell? And then we're also too with my son being like, and I know I smoke, and he also is asthmatic as well. But in my household, that I have air purifiers in my house where it sucks in like all the like dirty air and bring out clean air. And with me with the insurance company, the insurance paid for it, and the only thing I had to do was pay for like the filtration, like the filters and stuff, and only have to change the filters out like every 6 months and stuff like that. Even though the insurance company paid for it, and if it breaks, the only thing I have to do is call the company, and the company will call the insurance company, and they will come out and replace it. The only thing I have to do is just pay for the filters. That's the only thing I have to do. And I'm like, and then it was just like, what the hell? And like right now, it's just like everything's like on me between them two, and with my husband's not working anymore. I'm like, at one point, I was working two jobs recently this past year, but I left the one, and right now I only have one job right now. And the only reason why I left the second one is because that with everything going on, with like I just couldn't do the second one all like that. So now I'm just only working one job that is closer to my house that I walk to every morning. So, and like the only reason why I chose to stay with the one that's close to my house, where like if anything happens with my husband, like because he does like have an aide or whatever that comes here to the house to sit with him while I'm at work, and with me working like not even 10-15 minutes away, that I can literally walk back and forth to work if anything happens. But the other job that I was working at, it was a half an hour away from my house. So I'm like, I'm just going to go ahead and just stay with the one that's down the street from my house. And I'm trying to like keep everything together. So like, and y'all all for the past, like I'm going to say the past year, I know y'all seen me as talking like typical talking mess, laughing, giggling, but behind the scenes, I'm over here stressed the hell out. And like with me doing my lives here at the house with my husband, like yes, I know I'll be on at times for about like 2, 3, 4 hours, but every time, like y'all seen, every time my husband or my son calls, I'm right there. So I'm like, that's why I always like in previous life. That's why you always heard me say, "Hold on, my husband's calling me or my son's calling me," thinking that like something's wrong. But I would be alright, y'all. I will honestly be okay. Right now, my son's at school, and I'm like, I'm not used to this. I'm used to my son screaming or something like that. And then with my husband not being here, I'm used to him watching something, especially right now with like what was it, Sunday, and we had a football game, and I'm not used to him being in the background Yeah, screaming somewhere and y'all hearing me. Girl, you ain't never lied. Did come on. If you want to get up here, come on. It's way too quiet. But hold on, y'all. I'm going to go get me some more water. Ugh. Girl, I would turn on the TV, but I ain't trying to get a strike. And I'm like, Lord. But I do know after I get off of here that I am going to go finish up these little bit of dishes from last night. Because I had made fried chicken, mashed potatoes, mixed vegetables, and ate some fruit last night. And I might go to the grocery store later. I'll message to you, Crystal. Hey, Tina Bailey. I just sent it to you, Crystal. I'm a little bit better than what I was a couple days ago. So I'm like, yeah.
I'm glad you're doing a little bit better, and I'm glad he's doing well enough to be off the ventilator. Hi, Tina. You're the
Girl,
only one I haven't said hi to.
I'm still over here like, what the hell?
Well, like you said, he's off the ventilator. They're saying he's doing good, so it's the 2 week send home right now is the bet what they think is going to happen.
Yes.
There's nothing making it where it's going to be a longer stay.
So
So
they said that's what they told me. So on the looks of it, he can be home to 2 to 3 weeks. But if it stays the same or get worse, it's gonna be like 30 or 60.
mm, I'm praying, honey, because yeah, no, I would go spare. I don't know what I would do if I mean I'd have to get up in the morning, take care of her, and all that. But
So right now, I'm just like I'm trying to keep it together because of the sake of my son right now. And
yeah,
you don't understand how many times like I broke down while he was asleep.
oh yeah, you all night you were curled up on your side, and that was probably curled into your husband's pillow.
Pretty much. And it's just like right
Yeah,
now I'm in my room and I'm like sitting like I'm technically my side of the bed is over there. But right now I'm on
yeah,
his side of the bed.
I'm on mated.
Like right now I'm on his side of the bed. Like I can like during the day if I'm up, I can sit on his side of the bed. But
Hmm.
if I'm sleeping, I'm like I have to go to my side of the bed because I'm not used to sleeping on his side of the bed.
You have to start on your side of the bed. Now, if you wake up on his side in the morning, that's something different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's during the day. Michael's not in here, so I'm sitting on his side of the bed. If he was in here, this where that lamp is that you see,
Yeah.
yeah, that's my lamp because you can see my knitting needles and stuff there.
Dude,
And yes, that's my ibuprofen, which I'm fixing to have to take some because my knee doesn't like me this morning.
nobody's coming in the house. Chill out.
He's got the same thing. He's not used to it's too quiet. That's all there is to it. It is too quiet.
Because he's used like during the day, he's used to since we had him.
Yeah.
We had him for about a little bit over almost 2 months now. And he's used to my husband being home all the time.
Mm-hmm.
8 being here. So when I come in the house after work, he's up, cuddled up with him in the bed, while the 8 is sitting like in the chair next to her bed. And like the
I
only
had
time,
this at a thrift
and
store years ago.
I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. I have to cover my feet up because I have to have moving air. So, it's negative something outside and I still have a fan on.
Girl, my damn son.
If
My
I
son
don't
is like that.
if I don't hear a fan motor going,
Yeah.
it has to be a fan motor. I can hear any other motor, lawnmower, motorcycle, cars, whatever. If I don't hear that fan, I'm suffocating. I can't breathe.
Girl, you are bad as my son and my brother. It can be -30 outside. They will have the windows on open.
Nope. I've got to have my window shut, but I've got to have that fan going.
My brother and my son, or I don't know why they do this. Like when it was, I'm going to say a few weeks ago, around Christmas time, the highest for about like 3 days was like 2 degrees.
Woo.
That was the highest,
Mm-hmm.
and the lowest because I know when I worked and when I left that morning, it was -5 when I left to go out to work that morning. By the
Oh,
time I got off at work at 2 o'clock, it was 0 degrees.
yeah.
And I'm like, and then like my son had his window cracked, his fan on, and I'm like, I go in his room and like he sleep with his door shut, and I go in his room. I'm like, why?
What? Who opened the icebox?
I'm like, why is it so cold in there? Cause like I went up in my yarn room to grab something out there that morning before I went to work, and I was wondering like, why do I feel a breeze? And I'm
I'm
like,
like,
and it was the breeze coming from underneath his door. I go in his room. His room was colder than the outside. I go in there. I was like, boy, you know you wasting my heat right now.
oh no, I'll have the heaters on, and I'll have but I just have to have that fan going. So I come in here and I stole his spot because it's still warm even though he went outside.
Yeah.
But I had to pick up my throw blanket and put it over my feet because I cannot stand cold feet.
And I'm like, Lord.
Yeah, I'm all kinds of backwards and weird, but I admit it. So as long as I admit it and enjoy it, and I don't hurt anybody else, so well.
He just went there. He left his pillow and went underneath my
Oh,
bed.
mm.
Girl, I'm over here like,
She's
what the hell?
right there, and she's mad at me because my we did one load of laundry yesterday, so we got clean clothes, but they're still in the basket because they didn't come in the house until like 11 o'clock at night.
Ooh.
Because the washer and dryer is not in the house; it's actually in a detached garage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, he didn't bring them in until 11 o'clock last night.
Because the other day, I only did like 2 loads of clothes. And that was like mainly my son's clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I still have clean clothes to wear. But I only, like, with him going, the only thing I really wear every day is like work clothes. So I'm like, what's the point of like washing my clothes and the only thing I pretty much wear every day is work clothes?
Well, and see, you have 3 work outfits. You can get away with 4 days
Yeah.
because you wear one, two, three, and then you wear day one, the shirt from day one again, and then well, when you get home, they all go in the washer.
And like, and
I I,
when I do
I
come
did
home,
that at Burger King.
girl, and when I do come home, all I wear is pajamas. Like right now, I'm still in my t-shirt from last night. So I'm
That's
like,
my pajamas.
I got more pajama clothes than I do regular clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, and my sometimes like my when I go to like the store or grocery shopping, my husband be like, "Why are you wearing your pajama clothes?" I'm like, "What
Why
is
not?
like of getting dressed just to go get food? I'm not trying to impress nobody.
Mm-mm.
I can see if it was like a special function or something like that. Yes, I will put on regular clothes. But if I'm just going regular grocery shopping, I'm not going to
Yeah,
wear
why
regular
not?
clothes. And I hate wearing like if I had the choice to go to work in my work pajamas and my pajamas, I really would every day. I'm not lying.
Get you some that in black pajama pants.
Yep.
Yep.
But according to them, we can't wear like the pants I got on now. That like I can't wear them. They have to like be literally strict. Black pants, no leggings, no black, no nothing with holes in them, nothing. And I'm like, if I can get away with black sweatpants that I wear to bed at night, I really would.
I don't see why you couldn't get away with the black sweatpants that don't have the gather on the bottom.
Nope, can't get away, can't wear them.
Huh.
And that if you come to work with them on, you have to. They will send you home to change. And I'm like, and I'm the type of person that if you tell me to go home, I'm already here. I'm not coming
I'm
back.
not coming back. Yeah, see now me, you have that -5 weather. okay, I'm going to come in wearing those stretch pants, wearing the sweatpants, and I'm going to carry my work pants in there. If they say you got to go home, you give me 10 minutes to get changed in the bathroom, because if I walk back out that door, I'm not coming back.
Yep.
I will take it as you terminated me, even though I'm early and have
Yep.
my uniform.
And I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
One time, like I will forget. Like I remember the one time recently, I was over at my aunt's house
Mm-hmm.
because I stayed the night over there, and I didn't bring my work pants with me, but I had some black sweatpants on, and they was like, "You gonna have to go home." And I'm like, don't get me wrong, where I work at is like not even 10, 15 minutes away from my job.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, dude, if I go home, because my aunt had dropped me off that morning before she went to work.
Yeah.
Because originally she wanted to drop me off at my house because I forgot my work
Yeah.
pants. I had my shirt, but not my pants.
Yeah.
And it was like, you want to have to go home? I'm like, look, dude, if I go home, I'm not coming back. And I'm tired. Because the only reason why I was at my aunt's house is because that my cousin, she has a baby. And
Aw.
I was babysitting because my aunt was out because she went to the bar, and my cousin had to work that night. So I was like, all right, cool. I will babysit.
But I'm coming over there, and I got to get to work in the morning.
Yeah. So she was like, all right, cool. I will take you to work in the morning. And I'm like, all right, cool. Get there. And they was like, you gotta go home and change. I was like, no, I'm not going home and change because if I leave, I'm going to go home and go to sleep. I'm
Mm-hmm.
already here now. So they was like, we'll just let you work, but just don't do it again. I was like, all right, cool.
Mm-hmm. And you haven't done it again, so you're not in troubles.
And like I could have had my son bring my work pants to me, but remind you, my son has to be to school by 7:20.
Mm-hmm. No,
So
it's
I'm like, I'm not going to, especially I'm not going to have my husband like come out, leave out the house just to walk down there to bring me some damn pants. I'm
yeah.
not.
'Cause he may not, as bad as his health is before this, he might not have made it.
And I'm like, and legally, like his aide
Can't do it.
can't do it because that if she leaves, even though it's 10, 15 minutes and something happens, one, she can get into a lot of trouble. Two, she
And
can lose her license. And
and
three, she can get like possibly get fired and get everything taken away from her where she can't work in the field no more.
mm-hmm. And actually, because it's not him,
Yep.
it is not his stuff. Something that he is required to have. She can legally tell you to go f yourself, and that's it.
And
And if you don't like that she tells you no, she can, your husband can request a different aid, but you understand that the rules.
I'm like, dude, and like so far that this past year we went through about 5 A's.
Mm.
All because that I had because of the high standards I had for these A's.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I'm at work, like okay, one I'm gonna give you a prime example. This is when I used to work at Panera. And come to find out that they are supposed to stay until that, like, say if I get off at 5, they're supposed to stay
Mm-hmm.
here until I get home. And
Mm-hmm.
come to find out, my husband calls me each time talking about the aide left. Now I'm like, what the fuck you mean the aide left? And it's about like 3:30, 4 o'clock, and I'm like, they left. I'm like, if you and I'm like, and I would tell them like, if you have a family emergency,
Let
call
us
me.
know.
Yeah, call me and let me know why, like, so I can leave work to come. And I'm like, if you have to leave like right then and there, go ahead and leave.
You
I'll be
call
there.
and let me know, that way I'm on my way.
Yeah. So he's
Yeah.
not like by himself.
Yeah, see, I
for,
had one
for
time.
that one.
One time I had to leave. I told my client, I was like, I've got to go. I said, there's something going on with my kids, so I've got to go. And they said, that's fine. I said, we'll reschedule for, and I said, Saturday was my next day. As I'm walking out the door, I'm on the phone with my boss
Yep.
to let her know what was going on.
And I'm like, my thing is like, if you have to leave due to some kind of emergency, your kids, family, who, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
call me so I can leave right then and there, and he's not by himself for no more than what, a half an hour. Like, even though he was,
Yeah, 45 minutes max.
yeah, like physically, like you seen that he can walk or whatever. He
Yeah,
can
but
walk
that still
pretty much
doesn't
take
mean.
care of itself, but it was just the fact that, like, dude, I'm not home, and neither is my son. I can see if my son was here, that would have been a different story or
But
whatever.
it's a minor child. You cannot leave the client in the charge of a child
And I'm
under
like,
the under the care of a child.
the only reason why I say, like, if my son was here, at least I know if anything happens, I know my son would, like, call 911. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but legally, because they are under 16, or in Oklahoma, because they are under 16, that they would not be able to leave your husband with that child.
Like,
So
here in,
it's just the fact of the matter that the aide didn't contact you and
nope.
was continually leaving early.
And, like, it will be times that, like, say if I was off, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would personally be like, look, I will, like, pretend that, like, what it was, like, the one before this one, that I would give her my work schedule, and I would have my job give me a fake schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew I was off. He knew I was off, but I would have my, just to test the waters, because my GM knew what was going on. So I wanted to see for myself, where I was like, look, I need you to text me a copy of a fake schedule, so, or whatever. So I sat at my neighbor's house for about maybe 6 hours,
Mm.
literally, like, across the street,
Mm-hmm.
watching out their living room window to see if they was leaving early. And my husband knew what was going on too. And remind you, my neighbor has cameras.
Oh.
Has cameras. And I kept calling her job, her boss, to tell them, like, what's going on. And it was like, well, you need proof, you need proof. So I was like, all right, cool. I had asked my neighbor to give me a copy of, because, like, the way their cameras on their front porch is, it directly, like, points to my house.
Nice.
And her car, the aide will always, like, park in front of the house and recorded everything. And I called her job. I was like, look, I got video confirmation saying that she left. And she got fired.
Yeah, and
Because they come to find out, my husband wasn't the only one that she was doing this to, because she was doing this to her other clients as well. But since I was one smart enough to get, like, footage of her leaving before I
yep.
got home, because that they had exactly from the time frame that I would get off, they had an hour before they would leave. Say, like, if I got off at 5, they couldn't leave until I, like,
Onions
literally
and bell peppers.
left through came through that door.
No, taters and bell peppers.
Hi, Mater.
Hello. I just cut up 4 little potatoes, 1 onion, and 1 bell pepper.
All right, so you making potatoes and onions? I want some.
He made his own hash browns.
There you go.
Well, nope, I don't eat. I don't eat mushrooms.
No,
No.
there's no mushrooms in it.
No.
Oh,
I said hash browns.
Yeah.
I want some hash browns.
Well, I mean, considering the fact we've been buying them at Walmart and everything in the bag already. Yeah, and it's like
$3 for basically what the amount he's got.
and I still got about 5 or 6 onions and one more bell pepper and about 10 more potatoes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the potatoes O'Brien's that you get in the bag.
and all I did was add a little bit of fresh ground pepper.
Yeah.
Some salt to it, and I'm gonna let her sniff to see what she thinks.
I can smell it on your hands. Ooh. Mm. Now he's gonna go cook it.
Yeah, cook something, and I'll stick the rest of it in the freezer.
Yep.
But yeah, why pay for it when it's cheaper to buy the bell pepper, the onion, potatoes? You know, get bigger quantities.
Yeah.
And just
Thank you, baby. I only had to ask twice for him to cook. And I was just, we got sausage patties, we got biscuits. There you go. That's all I was expecting.
Girl, I haven't made homemade biscuits since I did that damn video around Thanksgiving.
Mm.
One of the reasons why I made them is because my husband wanted them, so I was like, all right, cool.
Why not?
And I was like, okay, since I'm doing it, I might as well make a video of it. Why not?
Yeah, there's a recipe out there for 7-Up biscuits. And it's basically it's Bisquick and 7-Up. It's it's like 4 ingredients, but I forgot exactly what it was. But it boils down to Bisquick and 7-Up or Sprite.
Have you ever tried to make a 7-Up cake?
Yes. Didn't do too bad, but it wasn't something I liked. So yeah.
Because I tried to make it with what is it called? It wasn't 7-Up. It was pretty much made like a 7-Up cake, but was made with a different pop.
Sprite or Sierra Mist or the lemon lime.
No, it was by it was a Faygo pop, the orange one. Instead of using the actual 7-Up, you go out and get like 2-3 bottles of the Faygo orange flavor or whatever flavor that you want. Mm-hmm. Instead of using 7-Up, use whatever flavor of Faygo that you like, and it turned out the same way.
It just had a little bit of that flavoring to it.
Yeah, and it turned out pretty good.
You get strawberry cake and a can of strawberry soda. Mm-hmm. There you go. Have you ever had Dr. Pepper cake?
No, but I heard it's pretty good.
Chocolate cake mix and a Dr. Pepper.
I heard it was pretty good, so I never tried it yet.
It's not bad, but I don't like Dr. Pepper. So. Yeah. But it didn't turn out too bad. It was just a regular chocolate cake mix. Not the devil's food, not the German chocolate, just chocolate. Girl. And a 12-ounce can of Dr. Pepper.
But I am going to go ahead and end like 5 minutes early.
Okay.
But I tried to stay on for an hour. It's just I'm going to go ahead and end like 5 minutes early.
Yeah, but I gotta
afterwards.
Yeah, I gotta strip the bed and do another couple loads of laundry today. So, yay! So,
everyone that's here, thank y'all for the support and thank y'all for listening. I will try to come up probably tomorrow. If not, y'all know why.
No.
So I appreciate everybody being here. So I'll see everyone later in the YouTube streets.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.